All right, everyone. It's currently midnight, July 5th. So it was July 4th, the whole earlier part of today, but it's July 5th, midnight. So normal time that I make these videos, super late. But I haven't posted a video in a couple weeks. I've been in Europe for the last 14 days, so I haven't had any time to upload, right? But I did record a bunch of stuff, me trying food, going to different places. So I'll be making a YouTube video that'll come out right after this one about my trip and everything, all the places I went to. It'll be like a more of like a vlog style thing. I did manage to still record a lift with the help of someone. Speaking of being on vacation for the last 2 weeks, I did want to quickly talk about, some things that you can do in order to stay, as in shape or fit as you possibly can while you're on vacation. Just like a few tips, I guess. The first thing that you need to do if you want to stay lean or, fit on vacation is first you need to decide if you're going to like cut back and just do whatever, or if you're actually going to stay dialed. If you decide to do one or the other, but you don't go like all the way, you're probably just going to be miserable and not enjoy it. Because if you wanted to, stay focused on the diet or something, and you ended up not, like for a few days, then you're gonna leave feeling like you could have done more. Opposite is also true. If you were wanting to, have the full vacation experience and not care about anything fitness related, and then you had, everything about macros and stuff in the back of your mind while you were on vacation, you're also gonna leave feeling not satisfied with yourself. So first thing I would do is I would urge you to choose whether or not you're going to be dialed or if you're going to just relax. And there's nothing wrong with either choice. It's just that you're going to have to decide before you start on which one you want to do so that you can get the most out of your vacation and everything. Second thing I would say is to move. I was on a cruise for the trip, for most of the trip. And if you don't know, cruises are essentially designed to make you move like the least amount as possible. And so I'll put it up here. I was getting an absurd amount of steps in every day so that I could eat, like as much food as I wanted to while just like still maintaining my physique and everything. Because ultimately, I did not want to cut myself short of any experiences like food-wise that I could experience, because I was going to a lot of different places. I wanted to try everything. And so I was not willing to give up trying stuff, which a lot of it was, sweets or pastries. I was not willing to give it up. And so my compromise was just like increasing my movement every day. And so if you're like at a hotel or a resort or something, I guarantee you there's time out of your day where you can be walking. No matter what vacation you're on, unless you're on some like a crazy hike or you're going out camping for the whole vacation, I guarantee you there's time in your day where you're just doom scrolling, or you're starting your morning off doom scrolling, or you're just doing nothing. And so in those gaps between you doing an activity, I guarantee you can just walk around, get some steps in, stay active, or just like walk after every meal just to get some steps in. But yeah, I suggest the second thing, definitely stay moving. Then the third thing is to stay hydrated. So I was in Europe, and maybe this isn't true, but in my honest opinion, I found it a lot harder to stay hydrated than being in the States. I felt like it was just like harder to come by water normally. Now, we did stop at a lot of cafes, and they did have, a lot of tap waters and everything, but just stay hydrated. I mean, it probably didn't really have to do with Europe in general, but maybe it did. But I think most people, when they're on vacation, just don't stay as hydrated as they probably should. And your muscles are mostly made of water, so if you don't stay hydrated, you're not going to feel or look the best. So definitely stay hydrated. I think that's something that a lot of people tend to forget, especially when they're on holiday. And a fourth thing would just be, moderation. Again, like I said, I did not choose to, cut out any foods. I had everything that I wanted to have. I tried everything that I wanted to try, but you can just simply have smaller portions of things. Like on the cruise that I went on, there was a buffet. I was at the buffet every day, and I'm not great at limiting myself, okay? I'm just going to say right now, I'm not good at limiting myself, but I tried, as hard as I could to eat a smaller amount than I probably would have if I wasn't thinking about it. And so I would just say moderate yourself. You can still have cake and cookies and all that good stuff. Just have like a smaller amount than you probably like, that your heart probably wants. Because if you're like me, it's like super easy for me to overeat, especially in places where I can essentially get an infinite amount of food without anyone stopping me. But yeah, so I would just keep those 4 things in mind while you're, on vacation. That, in my opinion, is important because it is July. People are going on vacations for summer and everything. So also, I literally had to buy a new tripod to replace my original one because I had broken my tripod in my sleep, which I'll talk about in the Europe video. But yeah, so we're just gonna be hitting another upper body lift tonight, and for the pre-workout, we're just going to be using the Rect Atomu pre-workout with the magnifying liquid glycerol as per usual for pump and endurance. And yeah, maybe we'll have a couple trolley worms. Actually, I did get some of these too. These are trolley burgers that I got in Europe, so I might have a couple of these too, maybe. We'll see. That lift should be good today. I'm excited to be back.
to say to take you higher, higher. No one else can take you higher, but I will try. I'll find a way. I'll confuse you, but I think I can
up that I need it all. The prima donna life, the rise and fall. You say that I'm kinda difficult, but it's always someone else's fault. Got you wrapped around my finger, babe. You can count on me to misbehave. A prima donna girl, would you do anything for me? Buy a big diamond ring for me? Would you get down on your knees for me? Pop that pretty question right now, baby. Beauty queen on a silver screen, living life like I'm in a dream. I know I've got a big ego, I really don't know why it's such a big deal though. I'm sad to the core, core, core. Every day is a chore, chore, chore. When you give, I want more, more, more. I wanna be.
All right, everyone. I just got done with the lift today. Good news for those of you asking where I get my lifting straps from. You can get them now at Huge Supplements. They have the lifting straps. Anyone who says that you shouldn't use lifting straps and you should just use like your raw forearm power pause is just being naive. You should 100% invest in some straps. You are limiting the progress you can make with your back by not using straps. Okay, I'm back home now. To be quite honest with you, the lift today was just not the best. I didn't drink enough water, I didn't have enough carbs, didn't eat enough food, didn't sleep as long as I should have. There's so many variables that were working together against me to hinder my performance and my lift today, just in general. You know, the weights felt heavier. I had to, back down on a lot of the sets. And I felt as though, from my very first set to my last one, I felt as though I fatigued like way faster than usual. And so, all these things together just make for a pretty subpar lift. A lot of the sets, especially in the first half of the workout, I very honestly contemplated just packing everything up and going home and just going to sleep. I was so exhausted. I had to fight like every instinct in me to not leave and complete the lift. It was just one of those days. Yet, I still enjoyed, the lift by the time I was done. I didn't leave the gym regretting any of it. And a lot of times it's lifts like these that really, bring me toward gratitude. Despite all the setbacks and all the things that I could complain about, there are equally as many things that I can be grateful for. The fact that I even made it to the gym today, the fact that I have the ability to lift in general, are things to be grateful for. And I think that most people, if you can shift your mindset from one of complaining about things to one that's grateful for what you have, you'll find that a lot of things are just a lot more enjoyable, even in times where you're not necessarily having the best time, like with my lift today. If you can just find things to be grateful for, things will be so much more fulfilling and enjoyable, right? Even something as small as breathing. I'm sure something that a lot of people can relate to whenever you're sick and your nose is stuffed and you can only breathe through your mouth. You wish so badly that you could breathe through your nose. And then the morning that you wake up able to breathe through your nose again, you might breathe a sigh of relief for an hour or two, and then following week you just completely forget about it. And so even the smallest things like just breathing, if you just can actively be grateful and not take things for granted, so many things will be, a lot more enjoyable and easy to do in your day-to-day life. If you were able to wake up this morning and you could get on your 2 feet without any pain, if you have 2 arms that work, you have clothes to put on your back, a roof over your head, you have access to nutrition, you have reliable transportation to and from the gym, you just have basic amenities. You already have so many things to be grateful for, so many things that a lot of people in this world would trade anything to have. And so if you can just find the gratitude within yourself to be grateful for even the smallest things, something as unenjoyable as a bad lift, quote unquote, a bad lift, really isn't bad at all. And a lot of times, if you are living day to day, focusing on things to complain about, searching for what's setting you back, if you spend all your time thinking and dwelling on those things, oftentimes that's all you're going to find. If your brain is focused on all the negative aspects in your life, that's all you're going to see. A very simple change that I'm sure you've heard before is changing the verbiage in your brain from I have to I get to, right? If you have to say, oh, I have to hit a lift today, I have to get my steps in, I have to eat this amount of calories. If you just shift it from I have to I get to hit a lift today, I get to get my steps in, I get to hit this amount of calories. You know, it's a privilege to be able to do all these things and to have the time to focus on these aspects of your life. It'll just be so much easier, at least mentally, to start doing these habits. As brutal as it is, you are not deserving of anything in this life, really. I don't deserve to live where I live. I don't deserve to have access to the facilities that I have in my life. I don't deserve to, have the position that I'm in right now. There is someone equally as capable as me that is just not as fortunate, living somewhere else. And so some difference that is completely out of our control, something so small as to where you're born or who your parents are or anything like that, like things that I could not control. I don't deserve any of it. But having the cards that I've been dealt, using them to their fullest potential, in my opinion, is the best thing that you can do. And once again, if you can just be grateful for the things that you have, the things that you are privileged enough to be able to experience and indulge in, like so many things will just be so much more enjoyable and easy just in general. There are a lot of things in this world as well to complain about. Everyone has the right to complain, but it's no good in living every day focusing on things to complain about. You're just going to be already in a negative space. But other than that, it is almost 4 a.m. and I did get this new hat from Sweden, which is gonna be in the Europe video I post after this one. I just wanted to make the video today because I can't really make announcements on YouTube, at least I don't know how, and I haven't posted in like a couple weeks, so I just wanted to get a video out for you guys. But yeah, find gratitude, be grateful, don't take things for granted, and just enjoy the moment.